Greetings and welcome. You know, last year the giant of the island of giant insects was one of the most compelling stories ever. The movie, not the movie, the show was kind of like, it was short, but that right there gave us a feedback of what we suspect to see next year. And now we in 2020, a new year with a good movie to recommend for people. If you're into plot, if you're into character development, if you like insects and you want to know about insect information and science history, all that stuff, I recommend this movie, The Island of Giant Insects. Now, here's how this works. Back then, they didn't really give us, when it first came out last year, it didn't give us anything to work with. Sure, it got us a few characters along the way, but it didn't show us exactly how it began. Remember, back then, if you remember last time, they showed us the part when the main girl woke up on an island, and then she found her friends, and they survived the insects. Okay, and then the next thing, they're going to the facility. That was that part. Okay, that's it. Now, what they decided to do in this movie, they decided to give us chapters. Like, I'm telling you, the manga is way better. It is way better. They gave us, from this movie, it's like, they gave us chapter 1 to chapter 9, I think. Like, chapter 1 to 9 at best. It kind of covered that whole entire thing, so you don't have to read the manga. But I recommend this. Please read the manga if you really, really want to get in depth with the show. So, the opening of the giant insects kicked things off. It's like them showing the characters that we're gonna see before they get on the airport. Get on the airplane. And it showed all the characters. Some of them you might find forgiveness, others you may not. But still, it still is showing us hints of who's gonna die and who's not. And characters you'll be surprised about who's died. But the funny thing about this was that when they showed the characters in the airport, I thought they were going to show more in depth of how they got into the plane, like how it all started. If you read the first chapter, all it shows was that they're on a plane and one of the pilots see a bug, it crash lands the plane, and then people got separated, all that stuff. Okay, I get all that. They showed more of that stuff. They should have shown more. That's what I'm trying to say. Now, the movie kicked things off spotless. We got them on. It's uncensored too. Not censored, but uncensored. Meaning you get to see a corpse hand, or you get to see some of this, which they had, and uncensored blood. We're talking how these insects will go in depth, cutting half bodies off, eyeballs poked out of the guy, and how they suck the life out of the girl. Like that scene where she was using the bathroom and the bug came in, grabbed her, and they sucked the life out of her, drained like a raisin. They even did that to the fat guy, like another character, a fat guy. They were draining the life out of him. I'm like, damn. They went in. Another thing, what I like about this show so far is that they kept going to give us somewhat information about insects. Other than plot, what I like about this show is, this movie, I keep saying show. This movie gave us a lot of things about insects that we don't know. Sure, you stumbled a bee, but do you know what information? But do you know more about bees? Oh, there's a dragonfly. Do you know about dragonflies? We don't. See, that's what I like about this. It's giving us information about insects and how to kill insects. The main girl, she doesn't want to kill insects because she's loved her idea of bugs. Kind of like Shino, what Shino is to Naruto. Shino loves bugs. She loves bugs. Okay. And she doesn't want to kill. It showed us what made her like bugs to begin with. Her backstory says it all, and I like that. Being taught by her master, it's really is touching. There's more of that to come if you read the manga, like I said, you should. Because in the manga, spoiler, there are 2 islands, and you're gonna like that one better. Okay. And you'll be surprised about who survived and who not. Trust me, you'll be surprised. Okay, now, remember that scene with the maggots all eating up, uncensored? Like, yeah, they showed all of that. And you know that last part where they got with the leech covering all the teacher's face, the ticks? Yeah, they showed all that. Okay, they showed all of that. But they decided to keep going with that with the movie. So what they did is they take that and continue into the movie where we got a Babsy and Yuri moment. Uncensored too. And I mean like uncensored in the way like with Ecchi and Yuri involved with all the ladies' bodies, you get to see all of that. Okay, we get that's fine. I mean that's the way to start off 2020 with a movie that is uncensored with bugs and a little Ecchi Yuri scenes in the water. I like that. I like that. Now, the part when, those two other people's meet. I mean, if you want to see that, read the manga. Other than that, good. So they went to the facility, some lab, and like always, there's always a main, like every horror anime or every horror movie you could think of, there's always this one guy who thinks he knows everything. And he wants to be a leader and join forces with a lot. Let me just say this. Because think about it. Have you guys noticed that every horror movie there's always the jock, the virgin, the brainy type, strategy, like that kind of strategy. So with the girl with the red hair, she's just being so perverted to herself that she wants to be the leader, telling everybody to do what she says and whatnot. And I'm like, but the bug girl got experience. She saved y'all so many times. Yet, like, come on, you still don't trust her? Like, come on. Anybody? Okay, let's be honest. If you're in an island with giant insects and you have somebody who knows about giant insects, I'm telling you right now, you gotta ask her. You gotta ask the main girl because she knows everything, how to defend, how to fight off these giant insects. Okay, and I know some people have that phobia. Okay, but it was really intensified. I mean, like really, the one of the bully's friend, when his eye popped out, just climbed up to the top of that satellite and started screaming, calling a signal, and that bug came out of nowhere and sliced his body in half and his head. I'm like, God, I'm like, whoa. They really went hardcore in this. They did. They went hardcore in this one. And the funny thing about this is that they left out a lot of things that they should have added. But what they were trying to do is just keep it short and simple to speed run throughout the chapters of the whole thing. Now, props to the main girl, the main heroine of the movie. She killed an insect. She killed an insect. And I know that's sad for her because her love for insects, like she was trained, like she loved insects, but she was never trained to kill insects. And I don't blame her. I get where she's coming from because we're like that too. We have a thing where we like a certain object or a certain thing, but we don't want to destroy it or kill it because that's in our nature. You know what I mean? That's in our nature, and I love the fact that when she cried and said, killing insects, I get where she's coming from. So I don't blame her on that. Now, as I said before, the Island Giant Insects movie was really great. Uncensored by fault. They speed run this. They didn't give us a lot of details. Of course, they gave us insect information so that you'd be ready in life when you stumble upon an insect, you'd be ready to fight it. You'd be ready to fight off. That's how it is. Now, and then after the credits, it showed the teacher. The teacher with the black hair, that teacher, yo, I'm telling you, I hate her so much. But I ain't gonna spoil more about it. But I tell you one thing, I hope, I don't know if they're gonna make another movie. I don't know if they're gonna make a part 2 of the movie, but they have to keep going because what you're gonna see is more and more characters you're gonna hate, more and more characters you're gonna love, and more characters you're gonna see them cry. You're gonna cry to that point where you like that character, but they're gonna die. But still. But like I said, a 10 out of 10 movie with plot, character development, insect information, science, history, and with a dose of etchy and eerie moments, that makes it a 10 out of 10. So what a way to move it with 2020 to start off. So I don't know when part 2 comes out, but I said this once and I said it again. Please read the manga. The manga is more depth than anything as possible. And there's 2 islands, 2 parts of the manga, like the first island and the second island. But telling you right now, read the manga. So tomorrow, if I have time, I'll probably do Darwin's Game. But if there's any other anime reviews you want me to tell me, just do it. Or PSN, PSN, because I have a PlayStation Network, so if you're going to check me on PSN, that's fine. But still, I look forward to do Darwin's Game tomorrow if I have time. But again, the movie was great, so I recommend you guys read the manga.